I did say in a previous video that I would never make a review again because that's not what my channel's about, but I'm going to do a review. I did make a video last week, but it never got released. I think that's about the 4th or 5th video that I've actually made while I've had this channel that's not been released, because if something's not very good, I'm not going to release it. I got the footage back and I wasn't overly happy with the audio. I've already got quite a good setup for my cameras. For my Canon M50, I've got the Rode video mic, and then for my Canon EOS R, I've got this beast, which is the, I can't remember the name. I can never remember the name of these things. The Deity V-Mic D3 Pro. The trouble with shotgun mics is the further that you move away from it, the more you have to increase the gain or increase in post-production, and you'll start picking up ambient noises, which is what we don't want. We like to get quite close to the microphone so you can only hear our voice and nothing else. So, moving on to my review in my own fashion, because they're usually a bit, well, the one that I did before was a little bit crap. I think it went down quite well with people, so expect the same things. Don't expect me to have all of a sudden become a professional in making reviews just because I've had a YouTube channel for over a year. I don't do reviews, so this is going to be rough. So let's have a look what's inside the box. I don't want to be a bit of a cliche, because I know we all watch reviews, right? And they've all got this, oh, hello. In the box, I've found 2 of these foam covers for the mics, obviously, and then 2 clips. And then the instructions, how to use it. Or how hard can it be? Oh, really? Oh man, I need batteries. So let's see what I've got for £140. And you get the case, which fits everything in. You get 1 receiver, which you can either attach a clip, I suppose if you're using it with your phone, or you get a shoe mount for your camera. You get 2 transmitters, 2 microphones, a cord for plugging your receiver into a camera, a cord for plugging your receiver into a smartphone, and it gives you a little tag so you don't get confused, because the 2 really do look very similar. Actually, know what they've done? Very clever. So they put a right angled attachment on this cable so you can differentiate the 2. Very good. You then also get 4 clips for the microphones, I suppose, in case you lose them, some spares, and you get 4 foam pads to go over your microphones, I suppose, giving 2 as spare. And I think that's really good, because if this was a Rode product, you'd probably have to pay extra for that cable to your phone. So I like that. At least they're not trying to rip me off. Now, this is what's in the box, but how does it sound? I've now got the microphone fitted. I'm about 4 feet away from the camera. I've now switched to the EOS R because I prefer it to the Canon M50, certainly up here. I've already done some testing with it, and overall, sort of straight out of the box, it's already paired, and I'm really impressed with the sound that I'm getting. On the receiver, there is an adjustment, 2 buttons to adjust the gain, and if you need to pair them again, then there's a pairing button on the transmitters, and you can do it by holding the 2 gain buttons, the plus and minus, together, and by doing that you'll pair it. But overall, I'm really happy. I think the clarity is very good. I'm not picking up any background noises or interference. I can't remember what it's called, so I'm going to go downstairs and tell you what this is called from the kitchen, which is about 20 meters that way and a floor down. Right, I'm down in the kitchen now. Lots of gadgets and stuff in the house in the way, and let's do this as a test, read this out. This is the BOYA BY-WM4 PRO-K2. And I'm going to keep on testing this as I walk back up the stairs. So I'm moving quite fast now. I'm walking back, and here I am. How did that sound for you guys? I think the next thing to do now is to get outside and see what it sounds like at distance and see how far we can go from the camera. The only thing this hasn't got are the dead kittens. And I know it's a horrible phrase because on microphones, those big furry things are called dead cats, but the small ones that go on here are called dead kittens. I'm sure they could have come up with a better name. So we're outside now and we're going to do a distance test. I've mic'd myself up. I've got a little microphone just here and my packs on my back. I've also wired up Loretto so you can hear him say hello, Loretto. Hello. Excellent. And I've just wired up Loretto just inside there. And the great advantage of having the Canon EOS is that it's got a built-in headphone jack so we can hear the audio as we're doing it. They say that you can get 60 meters on this with no obstructions. That was quite interesting. Managed to get out to 60 meters, no problem, but then when I started to walk back, it didn't connect again the first time until we got sort of towards the 20 meter mark. The second time, it seemed to cut in again a lot quicker. But I suppose we just got to recognize the limitations of what this can do and not push it. And actually, in actual fact, I mean, 60 meters is so far away, I don't think I'm ever going to be much further than about 10, 15 meters max. And if I'm filming other people, again, I'm not really going to be outside of a big room or a field. I'm going to want to be fairly close to the action. So this is going to be more than good enough. From that test, you saw that when I was walking away from the camera, I got up to 60 meters, no problem, but that was because the transmitter was on my belt, on my back. And as soon as I turned around after about 20, 25 meters, it started to cut out. So that shows that if you're going to go past 20 meters and you want to rely on that audio, then make sure that you've got the transmitter in front of you. I mean, you saw the test that I did earlier when I went down to the kitchen, and that worked absolutely fine. And there's a lot of stuff in this house and a lot of gadgets, and it worked really well. And it line of sight, I would say, yeah, that was easily 10 meters, maybe not 20 meters, but a good 10 meters, and it didn't drop out at all. So that was really good. I was very impressed. As you might have heard at the end of that video outside, there was a little bit of wind noise. There was a slight breeze out there today. And as I mentioned, we haven't got dead kittens as part of the box, which was a shame. But I've gone ahead and ordered some, and they're not a lot of money. I think I'm paying about £8 for 3 of them. Although I did see some cheaper ones, but these are coming quicker. I suppose you could use your clothing to try and cover up the microphone a little bit, but then you could get some rustling through that. So the review then. So what did I get for £140? Well, I think it's a fair price. I think the quality of the sound, considering it, you know, there's 2 microphones comes with this. They're both mono channels, but I think they sound great. And we need to bear in mind, this is just as they come. So they haven't gone through an equalizer. The stuff that you're hearing now hasn't gone through an equalizer, hasn't gone through a compressor. So I haven't done any of that and not touched it in that way because I wanted you to hear exactly what they are. But I'm sure this sound could be improved even further in post-production. It comes with a case. You've got a couple of spares. I think the quality of it is fair. It's early days, and I hope I get lots of use out of them. The only slight downside is that you don't get any dead kittens, but you can pick those up for next to nothing if you just go onto Amazon or any other good retailers out there. And I suppose the final point is that I just want to let you know I wasn't sponsored for this video or anything. I bought these with my own money. I did a bit of reviewing and research to work out what was fairly decent out there, and these look like a good deal. And from what I can tell so far, I think they are. Well, that's my review done. I hope you enjoyed it. See ya.